so excited for this call. I've been thinking about it all day. But the kids, it's just, oh my God, it's just so much craziness. Like, so why teachers put all these big projects and all this stuff like right before the holidays? I don't know. Like Kelly just had his science big project, then he has his social studies research paper due tomorrow, and you know, just everything, choir concerts. It's so much stuff on top of like Christmas and wrapping and trying to keep the house clean, and I just feel like I'm dizzy. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I feel bad too because I've been asking my daughter Gigi to practice her flute, and now she's finally ready. And I'm like, well, I can't listen to you now because I have a call now, so I feel horrible. But let me just tell her really quick. We'll schedule it for like in between this call and the flawless call. Gigi, if you want to practice in here and then come in my room and share it with me when this is over, okay? Okay?
I don't know song.
All right, well, just keep practicing. I want you to, what? Okay, we'll look it up on YouTube. Okay, we'll charge your iPad. What? Look, here, take mine. Okay, go, come on, get it. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I just can't. And then I don't know. It just volleyball and Girl Scouts, and I feel like I've been running I feel like this, just like that. That's my whole life is a revolving door. Okay.
All right. Well, we can talk about what we spoke about this morning in like the thread, and like that we are trying to get to Diamond now and trying to move forward with that and all the different ideas and the different things coming up. Yes. I generally, I have a planned out calendar for my group, my challengers that are already my customers. So I give them a planned out calendar as far as when to purchase things, when things are starting, when to, you know, if you're interested, you can join in this group, let me know. While I'm inviting outsiders every other day. I do a power hour pretty much at least 3 times a week. And sometimes I have to wait a little bit in between because obviously I don't want to like invite the next day and the next day. Like, you know, you want to wait some time. Yeah. But I have a very like distinct calendar that I follow. And I think I did get the idea from you this morning, like with my free group between December 30th and January 5th, I think I might add the workouts into that, like those little sample ones for people that don't have Beachbody on demand yet or haven't purchased the challenge pack. But as far as my challengers go, they already know like our schedule, our thing, like the 3D refresh, when to purchase it by. They already know when to purchase our blend by. So
how are you sharing that calendar? Is it like a visual thing that you did, or you just?
I just take a screenshot and I send it to them written out because I don't know how
it's written on paper. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to make a calendar yet. I mean, those are the things like I feel like I want to hire somebody to do because I can't handle it.
That's what
any kind of email, any kind of like Excel, PowerPoint. I don't even know what it is. I swear I want to train my kids to do it because they can probably do it. But I am like all written down on paper, screenshot, this is what's going on. So
can you share that in our Shine Sisterhood, just whatever dates you have?
Absolutely.
Maybe if some of us could pair up like as a team on some of those dates, may be good to just get other people.
Yeah. So I have a bunch of blank calendars that I printed out on my printer and just with nothing in them. Like I wrote like December at the top and then I filled it out like a regular calendar, and then I wrote exactly what's coming up, like when to like purchase by if you want to be in the group for this time and whatever. So like I said, my challengers know what's coming up, so I don't want to change anything right now. And as far as like, so I've been inviting like at least twice a week to challenge groups, and I started inviting to coaching, and now I already have like 3 people this week that want to sign up as coach. So I'm hoping by Friday I have 3 new challenger coaches that are signing up. So that'll make my Success Club, plus I'll have 3 coaches under me. And I want to start getting them, like, I want one of them I think is going to be like a business builder. She's into it. And so I'll have to feel it out. But so far, so good. I mean, as far as that goes, I don't know if there's anything else anybody wants to add.
Congratulations, Elena. It sounds
Oh.
wonderful. Really.
Yeah. I literally take a lot. So like my husband came home today and he's like, is your power hour over? Because I gave you 2 hours. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Like now I'm just like, I'm making sure I'm giving like all of my actual customers and challengers are getting like a gift from me for Christmas and the holidays. Like I'm giving each person, depending on what they purchased in the beginning, like either some Energize or they're getting Shakeology, or I'm giving them something. So if they never had it before, I know like that's what I'm going to give them. And I'm also doing an incentive as well for coaches this month. So if you sign on as a coach, there's an incentive like a gift card to your choice. I know that's like bribery, and I know that's probably, and I know Beachbody doesn't necessarily allow more than $25 or something, but
well,
like,
you know, it's funny because so one of the ways that you get, so I know that you are really wanting to build your business quickly and you really want to do well with this. So something that you're going to want to start looking at is something called elite points.
okay.
And I think I told you about those a little bit before.
Yes.
But one way that you get elite points is when you sign on a coach, if they get 2 Success Club points, I think it's within the first 2 weeks or the first month. I'm not sure the time frame. But if they get 2 Success Club points in that time frame, whatever it is, you get elite points for that. So
Okay.
the more people, like when you're signing these new coaches on, if you can get them to sign on a
customer.
new, like just get a new customer, one customer with that will bring them Success Club points, then you'll get elite points for that. So
Yeah.
that's something to think about. Like it's good to start training our coaches early in how to make it really easy, like uncomplicated as far as like how to
absolutely.
find new people. You know what I mean? Make it easy. But
there was Lori Miggins did a live thing today, and she said it's like they upped the whole getting your Coach Summit ticket for nothing if you do it within the first 6 months, get at least 3 months of. But I'm like, I just missed it. I just missed it last month, or else I would have. Like I didn't know like that to begin with, so I knew I missed it in the first 3 months. But now it's like you have 6 months, and I'm like, like to this month and it's out. So I'm like, no.
But I feel like that's something that's changing now. I think that's in 2020 that's starting, that it could be within the first 6 months. I think.
Oh, okay.
You had to have got it, because we talked about you had to have got it within your first 3 months, or your first month doesn't count. It could be your second, third, fourth month.
It's 2020. I thought it was okay.
I believe
she said this
forward.
year. Okay.
It could be like starting now kind of a thing.
Okay.
And I just double checked to confirm you get elite points if you have a personally sponsored coach that earns their first Success Club point in the month that they enroll. So it's not the first 2 weeks. So within the first month, if they get a Success Club point, you get an elite point.
And what do elite points like add up to? Like what?
So when you're an elite coach, you get a lot of swag and a lot of perks from Beachbody.
Okay.
The top 10 coaches, they're elite coaches. They go on an elite trip every year, and it's just for them and their spouses or their families. I'm not sure if it's families or spouses or how that works, but I mean, they're given gifts every day. I mean, and nice gifts, like crazy, like just beautiful. And, you know, they go to places like France and, you know, like like, what is that? They were in like these huts one year where they went, I saw Bonnie Engle's like videos where she was in like a hut in like, I don't know, I think it was like South America or something. Like it was just amazing, like in the rainforest, you know? And then one year they were in France or Greece or something. That's for the top 10. But then the elite coaches, which Lori is an elite coach, they also get special perks, and you get like special things when you go to Summit. Like you get to go to the elite party where you're like with the top people, you know, and there's just a lot of perks that they give you for doing it. And I believe you get money as well. Like you get bonuses.
Get an extra $100 per month that you qualify for elite. You get to go to the elite reception at the Success Club trip. If you're hitting elite, you probably are going to get the Success Club trip, which is the cruise, for free. You get 2 VIP general admission seats at Summit, so you don't have to pay for your tickets to Summit. You sit at the floor at Summit. You get to walk the stage at Summit. You get a custom elite jacket. Pretty much it's just perks for stuff, but if you're at that stance, like, you're going to be killing it in your business. You're going to be making bank within your
Oh,
business.
I expect to be there.
That's Elena, who's retired from the diner.
I'm retired. I'm in my head. I'm retired. My house is in contract. Like, I'm moving. Like, you don't understand. Like, the house that we are buying, like, I already have it in my head exactly how I'm gonna lay out. Like, my basement's unfinished, and it's gonna be exactly the way I want it to look for my workout room, for everything, like my office. Like, it's happening. So it's all, like, I was told my husband, I'm like, we need a bigger space because I'm expecting to be, like, I can't be doing this stuff in my living room anymore. It's not happening. So, and we got to really, every single thing I put on my dream board for this house came true, except for having a pool. That was the only thing.
The reason why I brought up the elite points is because you were mentioning the incentives. And I know that Morgan Butler, what she does is she does this, like, and we could do it on the team page if you want. Like, she does an incentive for anybody that she signs up as a coach. She gives them some kind of an incentive if they hit Success Club within their first 2 weeks. And she calls it something. So that's why I'm saying incentives aren't necessarily bad. So.
Oh, okay. That's a great idea, though. Sure. I know. I have to really, it sucks. Like, some days, like, I hate, like, this morning I did not want to go to work because I kind of wanted to stay home and work this all day. And then, like, when I have that breakup of the day, my brain is like, now I got to do this, and then I got to come back and try to, like, just keep going.
I feel the same way every day. Like, I wake up, like, a lot of times I'm messaging you girls in the morning because I wake up fired up. Like, I wake up, I want to, like, but then it's like, all right, I got kids, and I got this, and I got that, and then there's dishes piling up, and I have laundry all over, and I just want to do beach body all day long. Like, I know
that's like how I feel. So that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It's passion. It's purpose. It's like, it fulfills us. It's great. It's positivity. What's bad about that? So I wanted to talk a little bit because I know you had mentioned you're going to do your calendar, but for the first time, I am going to be doing some sort of a free group. It's going to be gratitude every day. I'm basically going to say, okay, that the people who join the group have to agree to give me 5 minutes a day, just 5 minutes a day, where they're going to write 5 things they're grateful for and 5 affirmations. And I might give them some, like, guidance a little bit, like maybe a focus or something to think about in their, when they're doing their writing. But the only thing they'll have to purchase is a journal, and they could be as little as $1 from the dollar store. It doesn't have to cost them a lot of money. And then I am going to incorporate the workouts. And like I said in our text messages today, a lot of the visuals I'm going to get right over from the from that thing that Lori has. It's the bar blend. I don't know if you're in there, Sharon, but Lori has, it's great. It's a bar blend. Guys, didn't that sound good? Gigi on the flute.
Excellent, Gigi.
See? She's like, no, it doesn't sound good. It's not the way it's supposed to sound. So Lori has a group. It's a bar blend. It's like an informational group about bar blend. And what's great about this is she runs it team wide. So if you have anybody who's interested in, like, learning about what is bar blend, what does it come with, what's the program like, all you have to do is send them the link to that group, or invite them to join that group, and then they can be in there and they can get all the information in there. So everything's in there, what the packs are, what it comes with, videos, samples of, like, and it also has, like, the workout sample is in there. So if you haven't already utilized her, what does she call it? She calls it a launch group. So it's called the Bar Blend. If you look up Flawless Empire Bar Blend in Facebook, it should come up.
Okay.
Yep. And I know that I'm going to be, definitely doing that program. So that's January 13th. And I told the girls the other day, but I didn't get to tell you, Sharon. What's up? What's up, Gigi? Well, you know what? I don't know if this really is going to apply to you or help you right now.
and I'm not sure about the C.
Okay. I can't help you right now, honey. And I don't know how to play the flute, so I really can't help you at all. So actually, I was going to mention this, but I don't know if it's really going to help you. What I did the other day, I'll just mention it for down the line, like not necessarily for this program, but for maybe the next program that comes out. When you start building your customer base in Beachbody, and you'll get leads, you'll get new coaches, you'll have new customers, and people's subscriptions will be up. And what I did was I created a list right here of all of my customers and coaches whose BOD subscriptions are about to expire, whether I picked anybody in December or January. I probably could have gone to February, but I didn't look that far ahead. And what I'm going to do, I actually started doing it already. This is going to be the basis of who I'm going to be inviting first to Bar Blend. So all of these people, their subscription is about to expire. So when you're in that situation, that means it's going to cost them $100 when their BOD renews. But if it's about to expire, they can get the challenge pack and cancel their current membership to BOD. And then for $140 or $160, they can get the Bar Blend, they can get the BOD subscription renewal, and they can also get either a bag of Shakeology or they can get the performance line. And what's great about that is if you think about those things individually, the BOD would be $100. The accessory bundle for Bar Blend would be about $60 or $70. So that's $170 right there. Plus the Shakeology is $130. So that's $300 they're getting, right? So 130 plus 170 is $300. So instead of paying $300 for those things, they could get They could get it for $140. So they're basically spending less than half of the price for all of those things. So for all these people, I'm going to reach out to them and say, look, were you thinking about doing Bar Blend? Because if you are, you're definitely going to want to get it this month, and you're going to want to cancel your subscription to BOD first so that you can get it for $140 versus $300. People will definitely like the fact that they're saving. I already have one friend of mine. She contacted me and she's like, oh, are you going to do Bar Blend? I said, yes. I said, actually, you're on my list of people who you're about to expire. And she's like, oh my God, I'm all in. So like, she's like, I can't wait till the 16th.
Who is it?
And then what's that?
Who?
Deb
Okay.
Mancini.
Mhm.
Yep, she did Transform 20. She's very quiet in the group. She does a lot more individual messaging than she does with the group. And she's had really good success. She got down to her like goal weight for her wedding, and she loves the Beachbody programs. She likes the products as well. So
I think I can get a free prize yesterday because she said if we can do We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
you get a prize?
Free
Yay! Oh, that's great.
But I don't know because she said
Okay.
about next week, but I didn't bring my fruit, so I think that I can get another thing.
Oh, good. I'm glad. So anyway, so I
Thanks
wanted to
for that
share that with you.
information.
What's that?
Thanks for that information.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know it doesn't really affect you right now, but down the line when you have more customers, it definitely will. And then there was other things that I wanted to talk to you guys about.
We were going to talk about our new.
Diamond thing. Yes.
Yeah.
So Sharon, this is something that's definitely going to pertain to you. So, what Carrie, Danielle, myself, Elena have decided to do is we are going to be running a Dash to Diamond group, and that's going to be opened up to any Emerald coach on our team. So you have to be a paid rank of Emerald, which I know you're not at this point, but here's the good news. In addition to this Dash to Diamond group, we're going to run something called a Sprint to Emerald group. So that's going to be a separate message thread where you, Irene, anybody who wants to get Emerald or higher can be in this special private thread where we are going to give you some tips on how to get to Emerald faster and open up your business center, because you technically are not a business owner with Beachbody until you're an Emerald ranked coach. So we want to get you there so that you can actually open up your business center and be a business owner as far as Beachbody is concerned. So,
and I know I told you the best way to do that is to sign up your husband and to sign up maybe like a close family member. I know your daughter's not as old to do it, because I signed my son up, and yes, I had to put, I literally put money into it. I put money into it every month, like, because in my mind, you own a business, and I know you know this, you have to spend money to make money. And I don't want to go out of Emerald, because if any of those people stop purchasing or don't bring in whatever, you're not going to be Emerald anymore. It's going to go up and down. So the person has to be buying product every month, has to be, have a subscription to either Shakeology or whatever. So like I tell, like, I'll straight up say, like, I spend $300 a month on Shakeology, and it goes in my house. It goes like nobody's business.
that's
But
like
also,
saying I buy $300 worth of Twinkies. Whatever it is, it's going to be, if it's
Exactly,
eaten,
worth
it
of
doesn't
food,
matter. Who cares? You know?
exactly. But I know in the future that $300 a month is an investment for me to build my business to where if I'm making six-figure salary in a year from now or 2-3 years from now, that's, you know what I'm saying?
And what's super smart about it, and we'll share a video within the group about it, is now that Elena did that, she has her husband on one side and she has her son on the other side. When they grow, I just did the same thing. I opened something with my teeth, and I'm like, I'm recorded opening something with my teeth. How classy. But her husband is on one side and her son is on the other. So as they grow their businesses, and underneath them, they're going to be getting volume for anyone who's underneath them, but Elena will be also. So it's almost double dipping on both sides. I'm very regretful. I didn't sign up my boyfriend at the time in the beginning, and he probably would have been on the side that Elena's on. So I would be getting volume from Elena, plus Greg would be getting volume from Elena. And now, unfortunately, I didn't. And she's doing amazing with her business. So that is, I'll share a full video on it. Someone explains.
Patrick never set up his bank account, and he got his first Beachbody check.
Oh, the check. I told remember when you wanted to get checks every week? You're like, no, just cut me a check. I'm like, it's $2. Just
It's like,
thing.
my husband got his first check. I mean, I did all the work. I'm running his business. He doesn't do any of it. I mean, he works out, but he doesn't get people. I do, but he's like, oh, I got a Beachbody check. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, that's mine. Yikes.
Yeah, no, I'm like, you can have it if you want it. Maybe it'll like
Motivate him.
be motivating to like go get some people. I mean, I'll coach them, but.
So these are the kind of things that we shared, and it really, really worked well when we did the separate group with Irene and Elena, just to give information. So we're going to be setting that up. We have the group set up. We just need to add people. And I know that Elena has a lot of people, as she mentioned, that she wants to see as discount coaches and then growing their businesses. So it's really good to be pushing forward with people that are kind of at the same level that you are, and you can just bounce off ideas. We still have that group open from back in the day, and it works really, really well for us. So I think that that's an idea that we're definitely going to be expanding. So keep an eye out for that, because we are definitely going to add you to the Emerald group to help move your business along to your goals that you have.
Now I have, like, as far as becoming Diamond, I don't know if you guys watched that video with Lori Miggins and Morgan Butler about inviting to coaching. Did you guys watch that one where she like individually did videos for people and said, like, I'm trying to build a business. You seem like somebody who would be an amazing.
Right. I would love you on my team.
Yes.
I love this, whatever
Do you
it was.
want to join with me? Do you want to build a business with me? Like, we can do it together. I definitely have been saying it over, like, again, I haven't had the time, like, unless I do it at 11 o'clock at night where I look like Sasquatch, but I want to like actually do like look nice and invite people and say, listen, like, this is an amazing opportunity. There's like literally 4 people I have that stand out that I'm like, this is it. Eric is one of them, by the way, and he's dropping like, what are you doing?
He started posting in the group. Like, I love that post he did the other day. It was so awesome. I'm like, he needs to be a coach on our team. Like, I love
sharing,
him.
like,
amazing.
he's sharing his like, oh, Shakeology, today in Shakeology, I'm going to try this and see how I like it with the broccoli, like that one video he did.
That's nasty.
I know, but still,
But
at
it was
least
so good that he did it.
he
Yeah,
did it, you know?
I
Like,
know.
who does that? And I really
He
think
does.
Patrick would be a great coach as well, but I'm running his business anyway, so.
Yeah, it's fine. And but with Eric, it's like so good. Like there's not that many guy coaches in the field, but there are some, and they do very, very
Yes,
well.
I know they
Let's
do.
talk about it. It's absolute untapped potential. There are some, but if you look at the majority of coaches, it's probably 90 to 10 that most of them are female, and there are amazing programs for men. Men can get amazing results with any of this, and it is so true. Oh, we went and we saw the first Super Saturday that we went to, Elena. We saw who's that? He's
Every Super Saturday I've gone to,
New York State Trooper.
yes, the two that I've gone to is all men talking about
I'm telling
how
you,
they
it's
started
untapped
their
potential.
coaching business, and then how their wife got into it. So, and then they stopped because whatever, but their wife took over. And so, yeah, every single time we go to Super Saturday, it's men. And I feel that I get a lot of feedback when I post me and Patrick doing our workout together, and also me and Jaden doing like when I'm doing a workout with somebody in my house, I get so much more feedback than any other time. They're like, oh my God, like, how do you do that together? Like, what is that? Like, that's so cool. Like, you know, or, you know, I definitely feel that because I saw Lori Miggins doing it with her husband, and I was like, I want to do that. You know, so I think it really prompts people to just
It does.
like, yeah, we could spend this half hour together, and like this is
Yes.
awesome in our own house.
I don't have that ability with my husband,
I
but I will
know.
tell you, I know, but I'll tell you, so I have to share more of us cooking together because, you know, we do that, and he's such a big help with that.
Exactly.
But what I would like to share with you, though, is that, I'm always like kind of looking at my feed and seeing like how many likes I have, you know, trying to figure out like kind of marketing and just, you know, how to better market myself and, you know, put myself out there. And I've noticed that all the posts that I have of Mike, with me and Mike, if there was one of our anniversary, then there was one when we went pumpkin picking and he was in it, there was another one. My numbers are through the roof on those ones when he is in there. So it's like the more you can incorporate the spouses, I think, even more than the kids. And it's funny because one of the women so I'm on social media a lot, obviously, right? But then you go out in the world and real people see you, right? And it's like you start to get different reactions from people, almost like celebrity-ish, like, but not really. It's very strange. But so some of the teachers at the school will be like, oh, hi, you know, I saw this post. But anyway, this one woman who I really admire a lot, I really like her a lot. She actually does a lot with the Boy Scouts. And she's like, she goes, you know, I find your posts so inspiring and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, thanks. You know, I really try. She goes, well, let me just tell you, though, the ones that I love the most are the ones with you and your husband, and the ones when you talk about your relationship and how hard it is. And I'm like, really? Like, I would never have thought that. I would have thought, you know, that the workouts were inspiring, or some quote that I had was inspiring, or some personal development that I did.
That's why, like,
people love to see the spouse thing.
Yes, that's why I put a lot of like Patrick's like being funny, or like always like the bloopers, or like I put him in like doing stupid things because I'm like, that's him, that's how he is. And I think if people see you, because above all, like if you're happy in your relationship, you're happy with yourself. Honestly, because you see so many people out there fighting with their husbands or wives or significant others, and they're miserable, excuse my language, but they're miserable. They stay in the relationship. They're not, it's like, so I think when people see like there's a different route you can take than the everyday sitting around watching TV, you doing your life, me doing my life, there's an actual, like, wow, we can do this together. Like, even if it's just this time of the day, we can spend. So I definitely think that that's, like you said, the numbers go through the roof. Like, I know your mom, Carrie Danielle, always comments if I put Patrick up, always. It's so cute.
I remember a few years ago, probably 2 years ago or longer at this point, maybe 2 years ago, Lori Miggins made a post, an honest post about how difficult it is. No, actually, it wasn't a post. She has a blog also. It was on her blog, and it was about the struggles that she was having in her marriage, that he's very busy, she's very busy, and she doesn't, like, life has drifted them apart. And I sat there crying about it. And then a few months later, Lift 4 came out, and they did it together. And then her post had changed, that she was struggling in her relationships, but this gave them an opportunity to bond together over something.
Mm-hmm.
And it really touched me. And the fact that sometimes husband and wives' lives are so separate. Like, you have the kids and you're busy with them and you're doing things, but how are you coming together? And for me, like, that was always a thing that I wanted Greg to work out with me. And I thought that would be an amazing time that we're pushing through something together. We're supporting each other, like seeing that
It'd be
side
cool
of it.
to do like a couples challenge.
People have done that. People have done
A free group couples challenge. Because
Mhm.
I think it should be free, because a couple challenge alone is scary. So like, to make it free, like, it might be less intimidating for people. Like, okay, we don't have to spend $300. We can spend $0. See if we can do it for a week or 7 days. That would actually might be cool for around Valentine's Day.
I was just going to say that. Let's do that in February. That's nice to plan ahead. I think we should plan for that ahead and come up with something. And we could do something around gratitude there too. It doesn't have to be like, maybe it's like writing love letters to each other or something like fun like that. Something, it doesn't even have to be, because like with me and Mike, we don't have the opportunity to work out. So maybe it's like finding your love language with each other. Like, what is your love language? Like, how will you bond? You know?
Exactly.
That could be cool.
Also, too, I'm going to, I know I said this to you guys earlier in the Diamond group or whatever, but I was going to post about Summit, because
I love that.
Even if they're just customers and they're just challengers, it gives them an idea of like, what is Summit? Like, how do you get there? Like, if someone's interested and they're like, well, how do you go to Summit? Is it included? Like, what is this that is Beachbody give it to you? Like, you know, so if people have any questions, you could be like, oh, you have to be a coach, and, you know, like, and if you get this certain amount of points, or whatever, success club points, you can go, or whatever.
I personally, one of the reasons that I ended up being a coach on Georgiana's team, because I had signed up under Georgiana Regular, and then I switched to being a coach, was because I saw these events. I didn't realize that you can go to them if you're not a coach, but I saw all these events when she was going to Super Saturday, and I saw her go to New Orleans or Nashville, one of them I had seen, and I was like, I want to go to this. And then I just signed up by myself. The time that I signed up for Indianapolis, I was all by myself. Georgiana wasn't able to go. Carrie wasn't able to go. There was no one I knew in Team Crush, and I was like, I am just going. I don't care. And it all worked out in the end. But I think it would be really great if you do want to post like that and say, last year, I wasn't really an active coach. I saw pictures from it. I wasn't sure what it is, but this year I'm working towards goals. I'm going to be there. I could respond on the post saying, you know, that's my story that I always idolized and saw, and I wanted that community. I wanted that portion of it. Georgiana, I don't know if you remember, Elena, Georgiana, when we came back also, we did a live video in our Rise Up project, and we went over all of the stuff. Summit, we had like 30 people in our group that were watching, commenting. It was awesome. There was so much hype about Summit. So I do think the same sort of, not FOMO, but just, it really is the most amazing time. Like, I don't care after.
I think like going live too is good to do as well.
We used to do it. Georgiana and I probably used to do it once or twice a week, each of us.
Yeah.
We've been slacking with it, but it could be anything. Yeah, I had a crappy day. Let me go in there. And then somebody else can be like, oh my God, me too. You know, like, and that's, we had a Team Crush call, and I sent you the link so you can be on Team Crush stuff going forward. I don't normally jump on those calls, but it was amazing. I got to jump on the call, and I was like, everything they were talking about, I was like, I got to give Elena credit about this, because Elena just addressed this, or Elena came up with this great idea. You can watch the video. It's in the Team Crush thing. But one of the things we were talking about was talking non-Beachbody with people. Like, everything in there doesn't have to be about how was your workout today? What was your nutrition? Like, we have to remember that community aspect too. That was a huge draw for me. Just friends who weren't going out and getting smashed wasted every weekend, because that was my circle of friends before Beachbody. So if I want to just talk about how I'm excited to go to bed at 9 o'clock on a Friday because I have a reason to wake up and do my workout, so I'm not hungover, you know, like just talking about anything, life related. Good times, bad times, anything. Girl, where'd you get those shoes? They're so cute. Like, those constant interactions with each other.
Well, you know, it's funny because so I think I told you guys, once you're a Diamond coach, you'll be part of a private, separate group called FERS, Flawless Empire Rock Solid Diamonds. So that's Lori's team and Courtney Bell's teams combined, all the diamond leaders on that team. So we're like kind of the first to learn about stuff so that we can share it with our teams. And once you're a diamond, you will be invited to be in this group. And they have a mastermind call every Monday. And it really is a great call because it's very small. There's not that many people on it. You have to be a paid diamond coach. So if you drop rank, if you're not paid diamond anymore and you're like an emerald or a ruby or whatever, you can't go on the call. But this past week, they were saying that they were encouraging the free group thing that we talked about, but then they were also encouraging us to go live every Monday in our Rise Up Project group, because all of us in the team have our own Rise Up Project group. And we're running it the way we're running it, and it's going great. But they also said to change it up and not have it always be the same person going live each week. So we might want to come up with some sort of a schedule in the Shine Sisterhood.
What about going live in the Shine Sisterhood? That's where I would think, like, for the coaches,
yes.
They
so both.
Going live.
But they were saying to go live, and it doesn't have to be long. It could be 2 or 3 minutes, just like a check-in, like a get your week going, kind of get everybody. I think they were more talking about engagement in the challenge group community, upping the engagement, because I think a lot of people this time of year are noticing there's a decline, which is kind of natural with the holidays. Usually,
I feel like
the summertime.
I'm feeling like people are like, I gotta get like in shape, like the season's killing me. I already gained.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like a lot of people are saying that to me more than anything. Like,
yeah, I think people are just overwhelmed. It's a very overwhelming time of year. There's so much to do that, like, maybe checking in on the group the way they normally would, they're not doing as often because they're so busy with shopping or wrapping and cards and all the stuff that goes along with the holidays. So, but they were saying to, like, maybe up the engagement. What happens when we go live with the Facebook algorithm, it definitely puts it in the feed more. So if we can kind of do it on a weekly basis, I agree with you. I think it should be both. I think that we should do like I could go live in Shine Sisterhood on Monday mornings, and then maybe one of us could go live in the Rise Up Project just for a few minutes to just kind of give like some good positive energy for the week. Hey, it's a new week. Let's, what are your goals this week? How are you going to rock it out? Like, just kind of giving that really positive energy.
Yeah.
And then
I'm not home. It sucks.
Yeah. No, I mean, we doesn't have to, you're not home on Monday mornings, you're saying?
Mm-mm. I mean, I'm in work by 8 o'clock, so it's like.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not home.
You could go in early. You could go on early if it's not an inconvenience, just for
Sunday
a few
night.
minutes.
Sunday night would work too. Kind of amp yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's true.
We have less than 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Let's take a picture. Did someone take a picture and tag me on Instagram, because I
always look horrible. I'm out. I can't do.
Oh no. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Alina, just to circle back to that Success Club starter thing, I did verify. And if you started as a coach after August or started in August 2000.